Hello folks, Simon here with more Chrono Cross episode 23 I want to say. Hopefully I've got that right. And we're going to be cracking on with more dragons today. We've done the first 4 I believe, so 2 more to go. But before we do that, there's a slight brief detour I want to take you on, and it's going to have us going over to Guldove. So we are still in the alternate world. We are going to be heading over to the home world after this, but for now we're going to stay right here. And yeah, I'll take the opportunity to thank you all for watching today. I hope you're going to enjoy the episode. So let's go ahead here and enter the town. I can never remember where the exact entrance is here. There it is. And we're going to be greeted by a bit of a cutscene when we approach. And yeah, make sure you got Fargo in the party still. Now this is an optional visit to Guldove. But it's something that we do want to get done. So, of course, you will remember Orla. However, she's not a big fan of Lynx. And as such, she becomes a boss battle for us. So this is an optional fight, which means there will be no level up star. That said, it's still important. Now, Orla has 1,800 hit points and has a pair of Kung Fu's for us to try and steal. Hence the reason why I suggested that you do bring Fargo for this little event. Now, we're just going to lay on the damage with Lynx, as always. This isn't the most difficult of encounters, but Orla can cast Iceberg, which does hurt. So, you know, do whatever you feel you need to do to reduce the damage thusly. But let's go ahead now and pillage. See if we can grab those shoes. And then it's just a case of laying on the damage, really, to get through the encounter. Some people will leave this part of the game until later on, but I do like to try and get it done. Yeah, we're getting some very fortunate hits here. Not too much in the way of misses, which is a bit of a change for me. Okay, so we should get another normal attack from her after this. Followed by Graviton, which can hurt, as you no doubt are well aware of. So just stay on top of HP levels, really. And she can buff her magic output as well before casting Graviton. But we're already noticing she's in her weakened state, so we should be able to defeat her before we get to see that nasty iceberg. Yeah, so here comes the buff. And here comes the Graviton. Graviton was actually fairly weak there, so hopefully we won't have to even use any healing. Yeah, we've got attack and then iceberg. So, come on, die. There we go. Yeah, not too challenging. But if it does go on a little bit longer, for whatever reason, just make sure you get your diminishing before iceberg is cast. And as I say, no level up star, sadly. Yeah, get out of here, soldiers. Okay, so obviously, Orla finds out about Sergi's situation. And maybe she can even help towards that. Yeah, so she gives us a key item. So if ever we transform back, and we still have that, at least we can prove our story. So, after that little cutscene, there's... Well, we're almost done here. But there's something we need to go and do, and that is to go to her bar, Orla's bar. We can get another scene. Now, annoyingly, something else I want to explain to you, but I'll do that in a little while. Let's head into Orla's bar first. For another scene. And once we're thrust back out into the previous screen, there is still another thing that I need to do. And as I said, I'm going to show you something as well. Now, let me show you the thing first. There should be a dwarf here. I don't know why it's not appearing. There should be a dwarf that we can speak to that will give us a key item. It's weird to even say this, but it's called the Green Tinkler. Okay, and that will allow us to fanny about with the vines in the marshes area. Now, you can get it earlier on. For whatever reason, I completely forgot. But I had no idea that it wasn't going to be available at this particular point. I'm not sure why it isn't. There should just be a dwarf here that you can speak to. And he gives it to you. Now, you do need to speak to the shaman before he will do that. Which we're going to do anyway. But it still won't make the dwarf appear, so... I don't know, was it even like that in the original game? Because I can find nothing really on Google suggesting that that's a missable thing. But that dwarf is definitely not appearing for me. But anyway, let's go and speak to the shaman. Shaman will tell us a couple of bits once we speak to them. And we can also speak to the guide here. Yeah, we should get the dragon emblem key item for this conversation. Speaking to one of these, anyway. Oh, I'm such an idiot. We need to use the key item, the Tear of Hate. But anyway, we've spoken to these guys now as well. Excuse me. So I'll show you that dwarf still doesn't appear, even though everything on Google says you need to speak to these two, and then it will. There's the dragon emblem. Yeah, there's nothing else I can do with these. I've spoke to them both. I've even, not on camera, but in my own practice, I even went through and selected every option of chat when we had that list of choices and went through all of them. But alas, as you can see, no dwarf, who should be right here. So yeah, if you guys have got any idea about that, then please do let me know in the comments. Is it now impossible for me to get that key item, the green tinkler, on this playthrough? Do I have to wait for New Game Plus? If so, that sucks. I can't find anything definitive about it online, that it should disappear like that. So that's why I'm wondering if it's a change that's been made for the Remastered edition that I'm playing. Weird stuff. Anyway, we're going to be heading over to the Hydra Marshes. We can do what we need to do even without the key item, but we do need to head over into the home world. So let's just take a detour over to the beach, to Aposa Beach. I'm just going to use the turbo mode because you guys know the routine by now, undoubtedly. And I'm going to turn turbo mode off just as quickly as I turned it on because I find things far more difficult to control with it active. And now, if for whatever reason you've forgotten where the marshes are, they are just around here. So I'm going to save my game and we'll head inside. Our main objective here is going to be found in the west part of the marshes. So there are various chests and that scattered around if you haven't visited here in the home world for a while. Now, when we first enter the western parts of the marshes, we're going to get a bit of a cutscene involving this giant dragonfly known as Wingipede. So, yeah, Wingipede is going to be a little mini-boss a little bit later on. There's a chest here with a brace, so we'll grab that. But before we get to Wingipede, we have another obstacle in our way in the next screen. So, head up for another cutscene. And, yeah, this guy, Bubba Bieber, is going to be present. By the way, if you chose to save Kid much earlier on in the game from where we are now, you probably would have done all this already. So what that means is we're pretty much like well above the recommended level that's required to do this part of the story. So it's going to be very easy to get through these types of fights. Just a few physical attacks from Lynx and we should be well on our way. Anyway, defeating Bubba Bieber here will give us a key item, the Bieber Flute. And this Bieber Flute will allow us to summon Wingipede, that thing we just saw flying around in the previous area. But we can't do it any which way. We need to be in the specific location where the game will allow us to actually successfully call that creature. So, of course, don't forget to loot the item. Well, he said we can try it here, but I assure you it won't work. But here we go, right down the bottom. I think he just reiterates that we do need to be in an open space. Yep. Okay. Well, entering into the next screen. And just keep a note of that branch for now, okay? What we're going to do is head up here, and it looks like another of Bieber's friends. This is Bubba Bieber. We might be strong as Mr. Universe or weak as Mr. Puniverse. I don't think we're that weak. Now, this fight is slightly more complex than the previous encounter, although it starts off pretty much identical. So Lynx will take care of this for us. 502 points of damage. I don't think I've seen that amount of damage. In fact, we were so fast then we never got to see the complication. And that is that Bieber could summon a friend. But we were just too quick. Ha ha ha. Big Terminator fan am I. So, I like that reference. Right, let's head up and into the next area. And what do you know? This looks like a nice wide open space. Indeedio. You only live once. Beaver flute. Let's see what you're made of. Yeah, here's the wingipede. And we get a little bit of a hint there that there's kind of a mechanism where we can feed this thing to sort of calm it down a bit. But whatever Link's tried to give it then, no good. So we're just going to defeat it. As you can see, very easy fight. Link's is just too powerful at this stage for these creatures. So despite the fact it completely looks like it was eradicated, it has in fact only been subdued. So now, if only we can find something to feed it. Well, let's head back. Be careful not to step on that crack because you'll fall through the floor. Now, where can we find some food for this thing? Well, let's head out of the area. So, we're going to use turbo mode. I believe we have to exit the marshes completely. And with that done, we'll re-enter again. There is a method to the madness. What we're doing is looking for Bieber again. So we're just trying to get him to respawn. Yeah, there he is. How did we get this flute? So now we have a third fight against Bieber. And this is an important one. Oh yeah, you get to see the mechanic now that I was telling you about. Link sucked then, didn't quite end the fight as quickly as previously. Bum ba dum bum ba dum bum bum. Why am I not using turbo mode? Because I'm old and I forget about it. Right, so after this battle, we get another key item. This is the ancient fruit. Now, this is a key item that's consumable. Once we use it, it's gone. However, you can come back anytime to fight Bieber in order to replenish your ancient fruit and get another one. So now we have everything we need to proceed. And on that note, I'm going to save. And we're going to head over to that branch that I did show you a little earlier on. You can see there's a Bieber there now. So we'll go and speak to this Bieber, Bubba Bieber. He tells us we can use the ancient fruit to call the wingipede that we just defeated from this point. So let's go ahead and do that, shall we? So there's the ancient fruit. We actually just need to use the Bieber flute, though. And here it comes. Right on schedule, as they say. And this is how we get to our next destination, our main destination. All of that stuff through the marshes was to get us onto the wingipede and into Gaea's navel since we couldn't get there manually by boat. And Gaea's navel, as you can even see from the outside, is a jungle of a place. I do love the way that there's just so many unique environments to explore in this game. There's not a huge amount of copy and pasting going on, which is always nice to see. Yeah, so anyway, here's Leah. And as you've likely guessed by this point, if you didn't know already, Leah is an inevitable new party member who will be joining us. Now, only temporarily to start with, but later on, more permanently. Yeah, that don't sound good, but at least it knows that the dragon we're here for seems to be here, so that's always a start. Now, why is it only temporary? This joining up by Leah, well, effectively it means that if you leave the area, then she won't be coming with us. But as I say, she will be a permanent party member eventually. At which point, she will be joining us. Now, there's a bit of an annoying section here to start with that we're going to have to progress through in this zone before we can move on to the actual dragon itself, the main event. And that annoying thing is going to involve killing a fair few enemies. But here comes the first of them now. In all honesty, the enemies aren't that challenging, but because we've got to get through quite a bunch of them, I would just recommend using the battle enhancements to speed through. So, yeah, I just wanted to show you this area quickly so that you can see there's a save point when you need it, but I'm not going to use it just yet. We are going to be coming back there a little bit later on. But for now, let's just continue on through on this side of things. And we're just going to keep killing enemies as we go. Some of them are ground enemies, some of them are the pterodactyl flying enemies, especially the ones by treasures. And we're just going to grab this chest over here, which is some denadorite, I believe. There's quite a bit of denadorite around this place, actually, so if you still need to craft armour and stuff, then you're going to enjoy all the loot you get around here, as there will be plenty of it. And we're going to be heading over, let's just put turbo mode on, to the right hand part of the screen once the enemies are defeated over here. I'm not sure exactly how many enemies you have to defeat for the boss to spawn. The first boss isn't the dragon, by the way. There's kind of a mini boss before that, but it is quite a high number that we need to get through. Once you've killed enough creatures, enough enemies in that area that we were just in, and head back to the first area, you'll get this cutscene with our party members just wondering why is it so quiet. Now, before we go any further, I'm just going to show you the treasure chests in this area over here. So let's head back for a moment. As you can see, I did clear it all out of enemies completely. And if we just head up here, there might be a couple of enemies spawn as we grab the chests. So we'll deal with that, no doubt. Denadorite, yep, here it comes. And then you can probably already see another chest just down here, containing another denadorite. Oh, no enemy this time. That's nice. And I believe there's another enemy just through this screen here. Not an enemy, sorry. A chest. But, yeah, with an enemy as well. Okay, I've killed all the enemies on this screen, bar the ones that spawn with the chests. Before we grab the chest down here that I was going to show you, we'll just grab that lonesome chest up in the area above. Simply because it's by itself and that part of the screen doesn't lead to anywhere else. So may as well get that before anything else. Will there be a pterodactyl on this one for me to have to edit out? No, thank you, game. Making my life easier. So now we head back and go back to the bottom screen once more, bottom part of the screen. And there are a number of chests. This is the area with the saves point, the record of fate, whatever they're called in this game. So just stick to the bottom first of all. This one has another Denaderite. Surprise, surprise. I'll tell you what, I've got Denaderite coming out of my ears at the moment. And if we just head up here, another chest and another Denaderite. And it seems the pterodactyl are on break right now, which is nice. Nothing around here, is there? Nope. So what we need to do now is head up. You need to be fit to fully explore this place, don't you? All this climbing and parkour and the like. And I bet there's a pterodactyl for this one. Ah, indeed there is. Anyway, once you've dispatched that foe and you've grabbed all of the treasure, I recommend a save because we are going for a boss fight. In terms of setup for the boss, what I'm going to recommend is having Fargo, because he's blue innate and the boss is weak against blue spells, have him equipped with strong abilities like Iceberg and stuff. And I thought we could also try out, be a little bit cheeky because we've not really used it yet. Where is it? Let me just show you. Oh, I hate navigating these menus sometimes. Come on. There we go. Right at the end here. Frog Prince. So we haven't done much of the old summoning. I thought, let's give it a go. This will be a good battle to do it in. Now, because the boss is innate red, Fargo's going to be susceptible to a bit of damage. But what did we get from the Mount Pyre Dragon? We got the red plate. So let's put it to use, shall we? Let's give that to Fargo. So this will nullify red elements. And seeing as how Fargo is normally weak to red elements, and red elements are going to be playing a part in this boss fight, there's really no reason not to equip that. And of course, make sure you've got your usual heals and the like, and then we'll get into the boss itself. So the boss fight is found in the first screen, or rather the exit to the boss room is in the first screen. And once we're back here, we're just going to head over to Leah. Oh, okay. No, it's here. That's fine. And then I think it's the dragon boss then is in the next screen, just north. So this thing is sort of like blocking the way, isn't it? This is Tyrano. As I mentioned, a red innate enemy. With 1,600 HP. And you can steal something from it, so continue to use Fargo. Oh, we need to try and take out the pterodactyl thing first, just to make things easier. And Lynx, if he doesn't miss, I was going to say we'll have a good chance of starting some nice damage there. You can also take out the pterodactyl just using your area of effect elements. At least then you are also... what are you also doing? You are also damaging the boss as well. I'm just going to boost up Fargo's attack here. And then we shall go for pillage. See what we get from this thing. Either power seal or a gold earring. Well, earring of light. And now Fargo's a little bit low on the old stamina, which is kind of annoying. Simply because he's going to be doing the Frog Prince ability and Iceberg and all of that good jazz. So I do want to get that boosted up again for him. We could do that with some defense by casting Defend itself. Oh, these misses. Badly timed for our sake. As is usually the case. I'm sure, you know, the hit rates are never as high as the percentages tell us. Either that or you just tend to remember the misses more than the hits, don't you? Because there seems to be a lot of them. Alright, that thing's done and out of the equation. Yeah, this boss isn't all that challenging, as you can see. Let's defend with Lynx because he doesn't have much stamina there at all. And then Fargo. If we can get him to level 7, which we can. What is Frog Prince? Not working. Okay, well, let's forget Frog Prince for now and just go for Iceberg. Bum, bum. This should do some nice damage. 337, not too bad. Look at that! Fargo got healed to full thanks to that red plate. Okay, it was only single target, but he attacked the right character from our perspective, didn't he? That was nice. Okay, I think Lynx is still in that defensive state, which should have reduced some of the damage there. And the boss is now weakened. I haven't had to use any healing yet. I mean, yeah, we got healed thanks to that red plate absorb mechanic, but that was on the boss, not on me. And it's down. A nice simple fight. And we got the steal as well. So no complaints there. We also get our star level. So a nice selection of stat gains. And a resistance ring as well for its drop. And that's going to awaken the green dragon even further. And our party are automatically going to run to it. Now, what about the stat gain we just got? Or the star level? Well, the good news is we're not forced to fight that boss immediately. We can head back. We can do all the good stuff that we want to do. We can use the save point. We can set up our party, which we are going to do. And we can battle enemies to get the minor stats as well. Just a side note on actually leaving the navel, Gaea's navel. It is a little bit awkward because obviously there's no exit since the Wingipede flew us in. So we need to get the Wingipede to fly us out again. And you have to sort of pinpoint the exact location to use the Bieber flute. I believe it's roughly where I am. Let me just go ahead and blast that thing. Okay. And here it comes. So you can do this before fighting the green dragon, despite some of the things I read online suggesting otherwise, as of course we haven't yet fought the green dragon. And we can still escape. Now, the reason you would want to do this is because there might be some things out and about in the world you want to get before in order to prepare. But on top of that as well, there is also the fact that there are no enemies in the Gaea's navel now that we've defeated the first boss. So trying to get our minor stat gains is, well, it's just not going to happen there. So anyway, when you want to go back to Gaea's navel, make sure you get your ancient fruit. Yeah, we used it up. It's a two-way trip with each ancient fruit. So you'll have to get another one and then you can fly back there when you're ready. And by actually leaving Gaea's navel and then flying back, you can respawn the enemies by force. It's the only way I can get the enemies to return, since traversing the area itself doesn't seem to get them back again. But hey, once they're back, you can get your minor stat gains. And make sure you just sort out your party's elements and what have you ready for the boss. It's a green innate boss. So I've just gone ahead and put Thunderstorm on Norris. I don't even know if I'm going to be using it, to be honest with you. I'll probably be sticking with physical attacks mainly. You can have some issues with your yellow innate party members in this fight. There isn't... I think it's anti-yellow gets cast. So just make sure you have braces and that available, which is the yellow status effect remover. And then when you're ready and saved up, we're going to finally head into the last area of this dungeon. And can we speak to you? Yep. This, it seems, is what's going to kick off our event with the green dragon. The green dragon has definitely been the most not difficult, but involved dragon so far to access, hasn't it? Having to go through the marshes and then killing those waves of enemies and all of that stuff. But we're here now. Just in time for Green Dragon's lunch. And I'm guessing we're the main item on the menu. So we need to make sure that we don't get eaten here and digested. The Green Dragon, as I mentioned, is innate green. Pretty obvious, really, let's be honest. And it has 3,700 hit points. And it likes to do nasty stuff. Bad breath may be familiar to those of you that have played Final Fantasy. The good news is it's nowhere near as dangerous here. In fact, it doesn't really do much at all. So don't be scared by the name there, okay? Obviously, very, very important that you do steal. Carnivore will hurt, but Fargo's first turn is going to be dedicated to grabbing that steal. And that's because we do want the green plate, of course, just as we wanted the other plates. And wow, what is this carnivore spam? I've got a feeling Norris could die here. Yes, he could indeed. So we're going to have to revive him. Let's just go ahead and pillage. Yeah, we're already in a spot of bother, and we missed. I wonder if that's because of the anti-white element. Well, let's go ahead and run away here because we need to get that steal and we need to make sure that Norris is up to snuff as well. Round 2 then. It might be worth getting a diminish up first off the bat. I'm not too sure because if we can push through these carnivores then we might not need it. But yeah, pushing through these carnivores is a challenge in and of itself. So we'll put up with the bad breath again. Followed by that carnivore, that first carnivore. And it looks like we're going to need to heal Fargo as well. Let's see what we've got here. I have got some stuff to heal with. So we'll throw an antidote. I think that's poison that Fargo's been afflicted by, if I'm honest with you. So we're just going to have to remove statuses throughout this encounter. Or we're going to find ourselves in a little spot of bother. And then Norris, if he gets a turn, if we choose to defend with him. Nope, we don't get a turn. So we're just going to have to put up with some damage there with Norris. And let's go ahead now and steal. Oh, Fargo's poisoned again. Hopefully we won't miss the steal this time. Oh, come on. Here we go again. Round 3 this time. I'm not sure why Fargo's missing the steals so frequently. That's rather unlike him, I have to say. Unless it's to do with the statuses that he keeps getting afflicted by. Right. So we'll start by laying on the damage again with Lynx. Okay, put up with the bad breath. And then we'll use Lynx's remaining stamina to heal Fargo. This time it's black. Okay. The annoying thing with this is Lynx is going to have like a minus form of stamina. Anyway, let's get rid of that on Fargo. And I'm just going to stick to level 1 attacks. Is probably best for Fargo. We're going to have a carnivore here, maybe. I might just go ahead now and try and steal before we get afflicted with any more evil elements. I think we got it. Yes. 3rd time's a charm. We got that green plate, which is very important. How interesting we don't get carnivore this time. That is quite bizarre. But it is what it is. So we're getting lots of statuses on us. I don't know if Norris is going to have an opportunity here to get an element off. But if he does, I want to cast Diminish. Get that in play so that we don't take as much damage from that carnivore. Although he also has poison, which doesn't help. Toxic breath on Lynx. Let's see, do we have diminish? Yes, we do. So we'll pop that onto the field. Yeah, there we go. And I guess we do need to start removing some of these statuses, don't we? So we see how much damage we can do with physical attacks with whatever Lynx is afflicted with here. Okay, he seems to still be doing damage, so that's what's important. Right. We're getting a lot of statuses here. Anti-reds and all sorts. Yeah, just need to pay attention to that. Hopefully diminish will reduce anything from carnivore, but he's not been casting that. Maybe because diminish is in play, it's messed up his routine. I'm not sure. I don't know exactly how it works. Nice. Okay, can do a little bit of damage here. I know he's got poisoned. Okay, we need to try and put that out of effect if we can. So, if Lynx, with his 7 stamina, can cast an element here. Oh, he can't because of everything he's been afflicted with. That is really annoying. We're going to have to leave that to Fargo. Lynx is just going to have to stick to the physicals. We're not going to be able to do like any healing and stuff, which is also really annoying. Okay, here comes Carnivore. This could be bad. This could be very bad. It wasn't as bad because of Diminish, so that's helpful. I'm going to defend with Lynx. Get some stamina back. Right, is Fargo going to be able to remove some of this green field effect? He's got level 7 elements, so let's have a look. Oh, he can do Iceberg. Yeah, that might be wise. No, I'm going to do Recover All. This is an opportunity to heal. I'm going to take it. Yeah, that puts our party members back up to high health, ready for the next Carnivore. I'm just pretty much ignoring these statuses for now, as trying to heal through them or remove them, well, it's just not going to be possible, is it? We can't keep up with the amount that are being cast. So we just got to kind of deal with it right now. Lynx is certainly our main damage dealer. But as long as he's casting Bad Breath and whatnot repeatedly, then he's not casting that evil Carnivore spell. I do wonder if Lynx can cast a spell now. He can cast Black Hole. I don't normally care for Lynx casting spells, but it's just important we get rid of some of this green off the field. It's about to be filled with green again otherwise. Black Hole might do a bit of damage anyway. Yeah. Obviously with Lynx you prefer to spam his physical effects, but sometimes needs must, as they say. Ah, it's green field. Again, pretty darn annoying. But let's see what we can do about it. Iceberg. Yeah, let's cast Iceberg. Again, a bit of damage from Fargo, but more importantly, it removes the green field effect. Okay. And then I think Norris can just chuggle away here. We should probably look at casting another Diminish. We do need to attack and damage, of course, through Heal Plus, which does heal for a fair bit. So yeah, a nice attack there from Norris. Annoyingly, I think he can cast Heal Plus quite regularly as well in the latter parts of the fight. So we really do want to make sure that he doesn't get that opportunity. What's Fargo? Well, first of all, let's build up his levels. Okay, we're going to have to look at healing again. Because remember, we could get a spam of Carnivore here. I think Diminish is still in effect, actually, which is really helpful. Does he only cast Carnivore when he's got a full green field? That's what I'm thinking right now. What am I looking for? Oh, yeah, I was looking to see. Fargo could Diminish. But, no, he can't. Okay. Well, let's just heal up. Get rid of some of this green, especially if that is what's going to be causing Carnivore. Yeah, don't forget Cure All is like the strongest, isn't it? In terms of healing spells, at least out of the ones we have available. Okay, we've got a few rounds as long as he doesn't do green field. Please don't miss, we need to be getting this damage out. Right, we need links to get all of these attacks in play. Okay, green field is kind of annoying, but we'll have to just put up with that. Right, level 3. It's only 72%. I've got to risk it. No! I'll see what Fargo can do to remove this effect. Yeah, here comes Carnivore. I think it's down to the fact that we've got a full green field in play. That's when Carnivore's triggered. Although Diminish still seems to be helping. Didn't realise it lasted this long. I'm just trying to go all out here. Oh yeah, we are getting Carnivore spam. I need to get... Yeah, I need to get this green field off. Let's go for Thunderstorm. This should do some nice damage and stop that Carnivore spam, if my theory is correct. I know we've got Diminish, but even so. Ah, we've done it, I think. A pretty tough fight, actually. Mostly because of all those annoying statuses. But just keep persevering, and with some strong physical attacks, you will get through it, of course. And we get our new star level. Level 35. Ooh, got the genie. Summon. Which I should imagine is another level 8. And we get the green relic, and don't forget we did steal the green plate, which is very important. And now, Gaea will decide to come with us permanently. Although we are going to be keeping the party as is. And yeah, we've got a few things we need to remove here before we proceed any further. Nope, not allocate. Use. Nope, not allocate. What did I just say? Use. One of my main gripes with this game, if I may say, is the menu system. Especially when it comes to going through the elements menus and tables. I'm not a big fan of it, to tell you the truth. You can tell there that the game is showing its age. Anyway, standing next to here, once more, we're going to use the... where's the Bieber flute? Yeah, we have done what we need to do then now in this zone, in this area. I do like this environment, so I'm sad to leave. But we do need to move on. We have one more dragon to go. Yeah, we've done a good job with these dragons so far, guys. And well done for those of you that have kept up. Now, the thing is, the 5 dragons that we've battled and collected relics for, as you know, you can do them in any order. But the dragon we're going for now, the final dragon, is always the one you do last. So let's go ahead at this point anyway and leave the marshes. Because what we need to do then is start preparing for the final dragon. And I'm going to guide you through that full process, of course. Okay. But first of all, we're going to take a break. So I'm going to finish the episode off here. I do appreciate you guys stopping by and checking the video out. Thank you so much for watching. And come back soon as we continue on with our Chrono Cross playthrough. We've made such great progress now, guys. We are well through our adventure, and it won't be long. We'll be pushing through to the end of the game. So yeah, have a wonderful day. Oh, I do need to say that my dad is getting married in a few days, and he's getting married on our field. And the reason I'm telling you this is I've got a lot of work to do with him to get prepared for that. I'm his best man, and I'm doing what I can to help him. So yeah, some YouTube stuff is taking a bit of a back burner for the time being. What the heck is going on with Norris? That poor fella. Anyway, yeah, so if you don't see any episodes for a little while, it's not because I've neglected the series or forgetting about it. That's not the case. It's just because sometimes real life interferes, and I've got a feeling that's what's going to happen. But I hope you all have a great week, guys, and I'll catch you soon. Well, at least when I catch you. Take care.